Hi YouTube, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel and I'm the resident reader for this YouTube channel as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you would like to work with me, all of the information will be down below in the description box. This reading is intended for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you're watching for a Gemini, this may feel like a message for you about your own Gemini. And Geminis who are watching, energies can be vice versa, so please take it however it resonates. If you feel like the roles are reversed, please do so for your situation. Happy New Year to all of you, and I'm sorry that I'm running behind. I just, every time I release a video, I get booked with personal readings, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. But I need to find time to release monthly readings. So this reading will go out to mid-February. Today is the 14th of January, so this will go to February 13th. I'm just doing this quick shuffle so that we can see what the situation is over the next few weeks in your love life. And then I will get into your spread. We have Strength in the reverse. Ooh, and Five of Swords. Okay, let me just pull these together and then I will see what I see for you. And we'll take a look at the spread that will check your energy and your person's energy, as well as the blockage between the two of you. So let me just see here. Oh, Gemini. Okay, so first card that's coming out for you is the Fool in the reverse. And it's showing me with this Eight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, this is looking like a situation that you have dealt with before. I feel like you've been through a lot with the person that you're watching this video about. You have brought it to the end of your situation, or you will be bringing it to the end of your situation over the next few weeks because you're ready for something new. I don't feel like you are necessarily looking for a new love with someone else, but I do feel as though you want something new with this person. I don't think you really like the trajectory of the way the relationship has been going because it seems like it's been lacking in direction. This to me is coming through very strongly as a situationship that has been very one-sided. You may even be feeling as though something ended and then you're waiting to see if you can pick it back up. But I'm feeling as though you don't want it to pick up where it left off. You would like something different. I feel like you're trying to, over the next few weeks, manifest a more traditional relationship with someone. I think that you may even be trying to date around to see if you can find partners that want what you want. I'm also seeing that you're having a really hard time kind of deciding what you want to manifest at this point. Because the hard part is, it's like the situation that you've been in, I feel like there's a strong attachment to that person and you can see it going somewhere. But the hard part is, where is it going? Because there's this energy of replaying this tower moment over and over between the two of you. It's like ground zero has happened or will be happening, but then there's no healing coming in after the fact. So I feel like you're not communicating because we don't have a lot of swords here. We only have the Six of Swords as well as the Ten of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, it's coming through very strongly that when you removed yourself from a situation, or a person removed themselves from a situation, could be the person you're dealing with, either or, you started really looking at what you want for yourself. And over the next few weeks, you may have an opportunity to reconnect with this person and try to decide if it's over or not. What this is looking like to me, though, is that this situation is still very imbalanced. And you may be deciding that this is not the situation for you based on the time apart that you've had and the way that this person comes back to you. I know that you've been very worried about this. I'm seeing that very clearly, but I feel like you're trying very hard to focus on your finances. For some of you, you're trying to, or will be trying to, work on like creative endeavors or building a business. Others of you are trying to get out and volunteer or spend time with friends, maybe explore new hobbies. Some of you may be in school or taking a class. Others of you are giving up on this connection because you feel as though you're not able to trust your intuition about it. It's like you at one point felt like this person was divinely guided to you, but now it's almost like however this person has treated you or whatever has happened between the two of you, it's not only shaped the way that you view relationships and love, but it's shaped, for some of you, the way that you connect to source and spirit, because you're feeling just kind of this complete and utter lack of faith. It's like what you believed or what you knew to be true about this connection, when it didn't work out, or, you know, over the next few weeks as you're realizing like, wow, maybe this isn't for me. This has shaken almost the way that you believe in like divine connections, or for some of you, if you're dealing with a twin, you're questioning if twin flame relationships are real. Or if you believe in soulmates, you're starting to wonder if you were seeing the situation clearly, because you're realizing that there's so much that was missing from the relationship. It's like the connection was there. And when you met this person initially, there was that awakening. But now I feel that as time moves on and things are not progressing, you're not able to keep connecting to source the way that you were with this 10 of swords in the reverse. This to me is, it's like you're not able to see this relationship through your eyes of faith anymore, because you're looking at everything that's happened and everything that could possibly happen based on what you've seen. And so you're very focused on like your environment. And this is kind of coming through very strongly, that it's the energy of feeling as though it's, how do I believe in manifestation when what I want doesn't come into fruition? You know, I think that's a huge theme for you over the next few weeks, is trying to tap back into your personal power, because this situation it's changed you in a really spiritual way. And I can't say that it's for the better, because with this strength in the reverse, this is drudging up all of your past insecurities. It's like when this person decided to walk away or not take the opportunity to build something with you after you put so much into it. To you, this is very similar to situations you've been in your past, you know, and I think that that's got you really questioning, where are you spiritually if you keep manifesting things that feel so similar? For some of you, over the next few weeks, you're trying really hard to figure out why you feel as though you are the one that doesn't get chosen, or why you are manifesting codependent partners that seem to go back to a karmic partner. For others of you, or the same group, you're wondering if the person you're with ever cared at all based on the way that they've been operating. And this is really triggering something inside of you. It's almost like it's triggering you to reinvent yourself. There's some kind of like it's almost this energy of like, what I've been doing isn't working. Giving and loving doesn't get me anything but hurt. I need to change the way that I operate. I'm going to stop giving to people, because it seems like for some of you, you may be finding out that your person has moved on, and that's got you feeling like they've betrayed you, or this energy of like, well, how long has this been happening? Was this happening when we were together? Is this why you never committed to me? Right? Over the next few weeks, it seems like there will be an opportunity to have this discussion. For others of you, your person hasn't moved on, but they're just like really distant from you. I think the hard part about this is that what you've seen in the past is going to shape the way this conversation goes, because in the distance or absence of this individual, you've had a lot of kind of dark night of the soul energy around you. And you've made the decision to try to move forward in a different direction. And then it seems as though this situation is coming back. For some of you, it looks like you'll be attending a wedding in the next few weeks. And that's going to kind of open up the wound from whatever this breakup is, where you're seeing people happy or falling in love, and you're like, I don't know how to be okay. This is coming through that you're really trying to manifest this love into your life. And it's almost like because of whatever happened with this person, it's got you viewing yourself in a new light, or a different light. With the conversation that I'm seeing here, it could be something casual where someone invites you for a drink. I feel like there's an opportunity to move forward with this person if that's what you want, because we do have this 8 of Wands and the 5 of Cups in the reverse. But I also see you having a really hard time being able to forgive this person for whatever it is that they've done or not done, because you're very unsure as to whether or not you're the only person that this individual is talking to in your separation over the next few weeks, or in the past. This person could have had the habit of trying to make it seem like there's a lot of other people in their life, that you're not what they want. They could have tried to post photos online for you to see, or statuses that alluded to them being with someone else or being committed to someone else. If your person is looking as though they're with another individual, that's more of a show. They're trying really hard to get your attention, to make you feel as though they've moved on. I don't personally feel like they have. That's not what's coming through here. So I'm interested to find out why this person is not able to give you exactly what you've wanted, or why this isn't progressing in the way that it should have in the past. Because I'm not seeing this person being with anyone else. We have Taurus coming through very strongly. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or Virgo. We have Sagittarius for Temperance coming out in the reverse. Some of you may have decided to move on with a Taurus, and you've manifested that commitment from a new partner, and will be turning down a Sagittarius over the next few weeks. That's a very small group of you. For others of you, you found someone else because you were looking for something that was more reciprocal. And this person is now wanting your forgiveness, and you're choosing to move on with the new person that you've met. I think that for all of you, whether you have someone new or not, this situation has been such a learning experience for you, but you're not really sure what you've gotten out of it. It's almost like you're worse off based on how you feel, because now there's all these things that have been triggered that you've been really trying to work through. I feel like these are old situations from your past, and they were things that you have been trying to ignore because to you it just wasn't beneficial to deal with them. It's almost the energy of not wanting to like be the person that has the pity party or feels bad for themselves, or, you know, this is kind of that energy of like, even when something really hurts you, you try to dust yourself off and keep going, but you don't take the time to really reflect on the pain because it's just too much. And now with whatever happened here, this is like that wound being open, and you having to really actually feel these feelings that you've been trying to avoid, or that you already thought you kind of worked through by stuffing them down. Okay. Let's take a look at the person that you're dealing with, because I do see things moving very rapidly for you. But I think what will happen with that Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands is that as you're moving on mentally from whatever this is, that's when things are really going to take a turn very quickly, because this is almost the energy of somebody wanting to meet with you, wanting to talk about why it ended and see if it can be fixed, and you not being able to forgive them or move past the way they treated you, and then you moving forward alone. But to me, I feel like this person isn't going to let you go. They're going to try to give you what you've been wanting, which is this Ace of Cups and this King of Pentacles. The hard part is that you don't know if you can trust them, though, based on what you've seen. And you don't know if you even still want them based on the way they've made you feel. Because if someone makes you feel this way when you're not together, it's like, how will I feel when we are together and you do something? Like, I don't know if I want to be in that space, right? So let's see for my Geminis. I'm just going to shuffle, and then I'll get into the spread for you. We're also going to take a look at what this individual is bringing to the table. They can't tell if you are invested in this. You can't tell if they're wasting your time. It's like you're both very suspicious of one another. So let's see what we have. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. The blockage, two of them came out, so we'll just keep that there. Bottom of the deck, Strength in the reverse, along with that Hierophant. So yeah, I think for some of you, your person is mirroring you. So for some of you, you are dealing with a twin flame, because there's this energy of having to deal with a lot of your shadow side and kind of like what's keeping you stuck. It seems like you're both going through that over the next few weeks. Give me an oracle card for Gemini for this Knight of Swords, please. For Gemini's energy. Friends. Now give me one for Gemini's person, please. liaisons in the reverse. Tell me about the blockage, maturity, and give me one for the overall broken promises. All right, Gemini, let me just take a look at this. Your blockage here, there's a change, not just in the relationship, but it's like you've grown so much as a person since you've dealt with this person that I feel like part of the blockage is that when you attracted this person into your life, you were someone else, okay? And as a result of this connection, it's propelled you to level up in a lot of ways, which that talks a lot about, the strength in the reverse. This is you changing directions. This is you coming more into alignment with yourself. I feel like the person you've been dealing with, they didn't level up. And if they have, they're not moving as quickly as you are. And so that really affected the relationship because you started looking at them and trying to figure out not only why are they not taking action, that's really affected the way you view them, but also if they're in alignment with the person that you want to be. So this is something that has been in the works for a while. You could have been like making New Year's resolutions. We had addictions in the reverse. So with this strength in the reverse, this could have talked a lot about you just wanting to change the way you operate, you having any kind of self-sabotaging behaviors, tendencies to overindulge. I feel like this person kind of brings that out of you because that's the space you were in when you met them and you wanted something different, okay? I feel like with the Page of Wands coming out, you did try to communicate that to this person, but because there was a lack of maturity there, instead of them being able to see that you were moving in a different direction and making the necessary changes to be able to come with you on that journey, it's like they took it as some sort of like affront or some sort of like, Gemini is just criticizing me. Gemini is just telling me that I'm not good enough when I'm not seeing that that's the case here with this blockage. Now, if this isn't you, take it how it resonates. Like if you're watching for Gemini, maybe you feel you did this to Gemini and you're like, I just needed them to get on the same page or to tell me where this was going because it's constant conflict and drama and I don't want that in my life, right? Either way, whichever side you resonate with, that's the blockage for the relationship. How can you be able to come out of the conflict that you've been having? And for some of you, the person you're dealing with, their environment brought so much conflict into your life that it was something that was becoming a burden. I think for this person, because when they met you, they were in a space of maybe not knowing who they were or being the kind of person that really liked attention. So they were moving into social circles or staying in social circles where people gave people attention for the wrong reasons. You outgrew that. And so for you, you were like, okay, my life has changed. You still are dealing with people or you're in an environment that you're allowing to influence how you treat me. For some of you, maybe you stop drinking and your person, their friends drink all the time. Or, there was something about this person's environment that was affecting your connection. And when you try to bring it to them, they had a real issue with this because they didn't receive it the way that you meant it. For others of you, this person or the same group, this person has an issue with growing up as far as like, I've outgrown my friends or I've outgrown my job or the life I've built for myself. I'm still living that same life I built for myself when I was 16 or 17. And now I'm 25, 30 or 40. And I'm not able to make that transition to put on like my adult self and enforce adult boundaries. Okay. So lots of environmental, environmental, what's the word? The environment of you both affected each other. So environmental influence, there we go. And also transformation of self, the death of the old self, the growth of a new enlightened self. It feels like one of you went through that process before the other, but it didn't start until you both met. So again, this could be a divine connection that I kind of picked up on in the first part of your reading. And it feels as though you have now lost faith in this and you're in a space of trying very hard to choose what's best for you. I'm just taking a look here for this. Your situation over the next few weeks, Gemini, is the Knight of Swords in the reverse. This could be arguments. And that's kind of what came through, is like you seeing that maybe this person hasn't changed in the way you thought, or feeling as though you can't forgive them. When the Knight of Swords comes out in the reverse, this often is the energy of someone who feels as though they have nothing left to say. This can also feel like you've been ghosted when this comes out. I feel like you're lacking compassion for this person because of the way they made you feel. It's like, why? You've never cared how I felt. Why should I care how you feel? This can be you missing out on an opportunity or choosing to decline something from your past and moving forward because your thoughts are the death card. So for some of you, you feel as though you've just outgrown this situation, and whatever this person has to offer you isn't in alignment with what you want anymore because your wants have changed. The situationship energy was coming through very strongly here. So I feel like because this person wasn't able to commit to you, especially with this promises in the reverse, you're not willing to keep going down a path that isn't where you want to be. You know, I think when you first met this person, maybe that's all you were looking for. But as you changed, you got tired of feeling like you had to fight for someone's attention. You know, you got tired of feeling as though this person was uninterested or never seeing you for who you were or celebrating you. So for some of you, this is something that you're like, I don't want it. This is dead to me. I don't care if you come back. I want to move forward to that King of Pentacles. I want stability, right? With your feelings for the next few weeks about your situation, we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is you holding back from this person. This is you feeling as though you don't have ambition to move towards this individual. You are looking at the past here and you're underwhelmed. I think you're trying to size up whatever this offer is or whatever this conversation is to see if this individual has really changed or not with this death card. So I see you really pumping the brakes on this and telling this individual like, hey, you know, I'm really cool with just being friends for now, right? Because you don't feel like this is a stable offer. You know, whatever is coming in from this individual, you're wondering if they're just being possessive over you or if this is really what they want. Okay. Now for your person's energy for the situation, we have the 8 of Swords. So I'm going to pull a clarifier for that because that could mean a few things. They're really in their head about this and I think it's taken them a longer time to come forward because they've probably been going through their own thing here. There could even be when this separation or this distance has taken place or will be taking place, they're starting to take a look at the people in their life and whether or not they're trustworthy. And I feel like this person is starting to feel very trapped in their own life. Okay. But I just want to pull a clarifier for this 8 of Swords. Tell me about this, please. And thank you. You know, when this 8 of Swords comes out, it talks a lot about someone who is they're avoiding a lot, but they have a lot to work on. And I think that's part of what your Page of Pentacles is in the reverse for, because you see that about this person. It's like they've held on to old stuff for a long time, and they have all these kind of old wounds that they would bring into this with you, and you're not in a bad place. So for you, it's kind of like, I don't know if you're just with me because you're codependent. I don't know if you're coming back because you're hoping I can heal you. Are you just gonna leave again, right? Like, are you trying to keep me stuck? You know, those are all the things they're going to be thinking about over the next few weeks. This person really needs to build some self-esteem and work on themselves before they start something new, because they're having a lot of self-defeating thoughts, and that's coming through very strongly with the Strength and the Promises in the reverse. It's like this person has trouble. They let themselves down often, right? Yeah, so this individual sees that you've made the choice to move forward with or without them. They feel like you may not give them a second chance, but they feel like it's time to really come out from, like, if they've been silent, they have to address this ending with you, because they feel like you're going to move on from them very quickly. And I think they tried to tell themselves that they wouldn't care, and that's probably why they haven't been speaking to you. But the reality of it is this person is very depressed, and they have been very depressed since they left. So that's why I was saying, if you see them like trying to post things where they're like, oh, my new girl or my new boyfriend, or it's a lie. You know, this person is trying to make themselves feel better. Tell me anything else I need to know about this Eight of Swords. The Emperor. Nine of Swords. They feel as though for their situation, it's like they're trying to find stability, and they're trying to, this is really the energy of them trying to rebuild their life after they made a really poor decision. And for the energy that's coming through here, the decision was basically not to decide. The decision was not to do anything. There was an argument about this, and this person has been operating in a way that was really unethical. They might have been avoiding you, but it was unethical for the situation. Like, rather than trying to compromise, or rather than putting the work into the situation that you've put into, it's like they took the low road. And now they're thinking about how they need to try to figure out how to fix this, but I feel like they don't know how, because that Fool came out in the reverse in your first spread. So it's like the ending happened, but the new beginning hadn't started. And now they're thinking like, okay, I need to do this, right? Let's see what else we got for this. Why is the Emperor here? You know, this person could be incredibly stubborn. They could be waiting for communication from you. I don't feel like you're going to do it personally, but they could be trying to enforce some sort of like control by not giving you clarity or waiting around for you to come to them. Queen of Wands in the reverse. If you are not talking to this person, I just want you to know they are watching you. They're trying to figure out if you've moved on, and they're also trying to figure out how you feel about them. That's coming through very strongly. Even if you think this person has blocked you, they could have set up like some sort of new account. This is showing me the energy of like them showing a false persona and setting up something new so that they can look like they're holding their ground. and staying in their power, but still be able to see what you're doing. So be mindful of like any weird or random friend requests or, you know, anything that seems kind of like a dummy account. I feel like this person is trying to get an opportunity to really see what you're doing. This is coming through here with this Devil in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. This person would like to figure out how to transform the situation to go from the situationship to something that's incredibly committed. Just be mindful, though, of whether or not they're fully committed to you, if that's something that they're offering. Because it's almost like this person has been giving you pieces of themselves when their commitment lies elsewhere. And they know that's why you are turning them down or you've acted the way that you've acted. You're tired of feeling like you're always the third one in a situation. So they are really thinking about this over the next few weeks. They have been feeling very stuck in their head over this. If you feel like they're not thinking of you because they're not talking to you, they are thinking about this, okay? King of Cups for what they're thinking. So tell me about that, please. Yeah, they can't tell if this is over. They don't know if you still love them. If this person seems like they're committed elsewhere emotionally, they're not with it, and they wish that they could rekindle the situationship that you've been in with them. They're hoping that if they can get your attention or tell you how they feel, you'll make a different decision, or you'll be able to see the situation from their side of the story. Like, they're hoping that if they can be more emotionally available to you, you'll be willing to give them that second chance to be able to it's almost like they want you to see their point of view because they think that you love them. They're hoping that you will. They're thinking a lot about their own emotions and how unavailable they've been, how untrustworthy or untruthful they've been. For some of you, they're thinking about how non-committal they've been. And there's an ex that's been keeping them very stuck. And that's what I was saying. Make sure that they really are single. And I think that's what you'll be doing, is just kind of saying we can be friends before we try anything. Because this is something that once they offer you this apology, you want to know if this is going to move forward in a new direction. I feel like, though, if you've been waiting for someone to leave a partner because they have been flaky, or maybe they just couldn't get over their ex, they weren't ready for a new relationship, and they were still holding on to that person, I do feel like they're realizing that that has been a huge obstacle to the two of you being together, and that they've been unfair to you, that they haven't valued you because they were so busy looking at the past. Feelings, Two of Wands in the reverse. So that's kind of that energy of like, old or new. You know, are we going to stay in this energy of being our old selves, and letting our shadows or our insecurities build our life? Or are we going to be able to move into this new version of who we are, right? Because both of you have grown in dealing with one another. This person has a real decision to make about who they want to be, not just who they want to be with, okay? Because whatever this ex is that they were holding on to, it's almost like the person they were dealing with, or the people that they have been dealing with, if this isn't an ex, these are a reflection of who they used to be before they met you. And now you've come into their life and they're seeing that they resonate with you. And it's almost like their grown-up self resonates with you. but their child self resonates with their old environment. And this is triggering them, okay? Because it could be that they have abandonment issues. It could be that this person has a fear of rejection, and they know if they stay in lower vibrational settings, they can really like be the star of the show. But they're starting to realize that they're addicted to negative attention, okay? So in their feelings, they feel like they have to make a new decision about the way that their life is headed. But to do that, they're going to have to really do a lot of self-exploration. And then they're going to have to figure out how to present that new self to their surroundings and the people in their life. But they're also going to have to figure out what to do with all those people and that environment. This person with the strength in the reverse, this is a weakness. This is a people pleaser, right? This is somebody who will say one thing and do another, because they want to be accepted so badly that I think you've been dealing with a really duplicitous energy. And so for you, you're like, okay, well, we can work on our friendship, right? Because I need to see that like what you're bringing to the table really is what it is, because you've broken so many promises due to your own weaknesses inside of you and your lack of emotional, not just availability, but it's almost intelligence. Like this person has had a really hard time knowing who they are because they've allowed their environment to dictate what they desire or what they're doing with their life. Let's take a look at this liaisons in the reverse, because I feel like this person is going to want to move this forward to become something other than what it's been. They are no longer looking for the casual relationship that you've had. And when I say casual, please don't think that I'm devaluing it. I just mean the fact that it's had no real title or definition. I feel like they're trying to come towards you and tell you like, hey, you know, I really want to move this forward to something else. I feel like for you over the next few weeks, you're like, okay, let's start with a friendship, right? Tell me about the liaisons in the reverse, please. Yeah, they're tired, but they're willing to fight for this. The hard part is they know that if they come in sounding anything like they did in the past, you're going to shut them out. So they can't come in with manipulation. They can't come in hot and cold. They can't come in only talking about sex. This person they know that they're going to have to reinvent themselves to have something to show you before they come back. Tell me about, all right. They'd like to get out of their head and be able to figure out what to give to you as far as an explanation for their behavior. They're feeling very shut off from what you've given to them. And I feel like in a lot of ways, this person, they want to be available to you, but they also have this energy coming through of like, whenever they try for something or they fight for something, they're the only ones giving, or the person they're with ends up cheating on them. But that goes back to their environment and the kind of people that they've been attracting. And I feel like this is what they're thinking about. Like these are the thoughts that are constantly replaying through their mind. Why have they been so committed to people that didn't see their value? This person is starting to realize they never saw their own value. And so their environment is a result of the way they viewed themselves. Okay. So there's a little bit of avoidance here because they don't want to know the truth. They don't want to see it for what it is. But with this Eight of Swords though, too, what's nice about this is this talks about ideas. And so this is somebody, what's coming through in this reading is that they're really shutting themselves off from all of the people that are trying to tell them something. You know, and with that card talking about their environment, it could even be that you feel like their friends or their family have swayed their opinion of you. This person is starting to ignore what other people are saying because they're realizing that's been keeping them stuck, and they're doing a lot of work internally rather than allowing their environment to dictate, right? Because here's this. things aren't what they appear. And he or she is starting to see that, you know, that the life they built, it's a kind of a sham, because this card is an illusion, right? Tell me anything else for liaisons, and then I'll pull some oracle cards. You know, this person may have put themselves in a situation with someone else where they're realizing that this is not what they want, because this person is not stable. So again, like I was saying, if your person looks like they've moved on, they're coming to light about the fact that they are actually with someone who is a cheater, or that they're not committed to this person, or they're not in love with this person or invested in them. So that's what it's looking like for the next few weeks for you, Gemini. We're going to take this to the extended. We're going to take a look at how this person's feeling about you and what they're thinking you feel about them, what they want, what they're doing right now, what they will do, and why. And then we're going to take a look at the effect it'll have on you and your life, as well as the outcome. All right. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. There's so many swords. This person is in a place of trying to realize why they don't love themselves. And they know that this needs to change if they're going to be able to change their environment, because this person has a lack of strength. You know, they're not just non-committal to you, Gemini. They're non-committal to themselves. Okay? They're tired of feeling like they've lost you. So for some of you, this really is your twin, right? And they feel like you don't even miss them. But I think that's because for the people that I'm reading for, you're very committed to yourself and you know your worth, right? So you're standing in your power. And this person, it's like you're waiting for them to wake up. You're not willing to keep going around with them anymore. Give me advice for my Geminis. All right, blessings. Let's pull another one. Magnificence. And we'll just get one of these mermaid oracle cards. All right. We have magnificence. Own your magnificence. The world needs your brilliance and grace. I know that you've been feeling kind of down lately, because that's coming through very strongly. If somebody is avoiding you or they walk out of your life, just know that it really is the universe removing that drama or that chaos. And it's kind of like putting this person in a space where they have to really sit down and look at what they have going on in their lives, so that it doesn't keep affecting you, okay? It's important that you don't see it through the lens of like, I'm not good enough, or this always happens to me. If you're dealing with someone and you feel like they've gone back to a karmic partner, something to keep in mind about that is that when you are dealing with your twin and they end up back with a karmic, it's because they need to learn a lesson that it's not for them to learn with you. Okay, because it would damage your relationship too much. Like if you think about all the things that your twin has done to you, whether they've cheated or lied, right? They won't know how that feels until it's done to them. But it's not for you to be the one to do that to them, because you're their divine counterpart. Okay, so I kind of look at it like they're being put in the karmic timeout chair. Like they're getting put in a situation where they have to see it for what it is and what they've done. But it's not for you to teach them that lesson, because it would only set back your progress. So please don't lose faith in this if this is something that you want. We did have that Ace of Cups come out with the King of Pentacles, and now your reading is ending with the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this is a new phase in your relationship, that you really can work through this and that it can be reciprocal. But this happened so that you could leave that false start in the past and really change the situation, because the trajectory it was going on, it was only leading to codependence, because this person wasn't able to really come from a place of like knowing who they were and what they wanted. And that's what was really creating this runner energy, was them turning you down because emotionally they didn't feel as though they were good enough for you. Okay. We have blessings. Count your blessings, A grateful heart attracts more joy, love, and prosperity. So please try to focus on your frequency, how you're vibrating, because I do feel a lot of depression coming through here, and a lack of faith in this connection. We also have morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. So whether you're trying to manifest old or new love, it may be very beneficial for you to really start celebrating yourself and going within and having that list of like the things that you're grateful for and the things that are coming towards you. And that will facilitate movement in your own life, whether it's with this energy or without. Okay. All right, Gemini, I'm going to take it over to the extended reading. I hope this was very helpful to you. Sorry for the delay. As I said, I've just been incredibly busy, but you all mean the world to me. So it is my honor and pleasure to have an opportunity to read for you again. Good luck with all of this. And in the meantime, please do take care. Hopefully I'll see you over in the extended reading. But if I don't, I will speak to you again soon. Bye.